Trying to get us a dub. These Saints again. See, we can't get us a dub around here.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from the Superdome. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Second and 10. Purdy. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Purdy rolling to his right. And he is caught. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 yards. First down, Niners.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
In motion right, Debo. Here's Purdy. Flushed out right. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 35 yards. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
See if we can get some points on the board this drive against his OPS team.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. And this one nearly intercepted. That one might need to go back to the drawing board. Almost a disaster. It winds up just an incomplete pass, though. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Little short pass here to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Again, it's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. The Saints offense and Derek Carr, they're still on the field, so they figure to go for 2 here. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Purdy from the gun. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This 2nd and 4. They go play action here. Purdy. Incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Come on, bro.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw, Purdy. On the screen, this is Mason. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
That's it.
The heels of a pick 6, another ball intercepted.
That's it, baby.
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a 2nd one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
What now?
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun, it's Carr. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the 1st down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Purdy off the play fake. They'll buy some time right. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
Bro, come on, dog.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 way, boy. Boy, ain't...
midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Purdy now to throw off the play action. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Purdy looking to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now Purdy. They'll roll him out right.
Whoa, what the?
George Kittle from 19 yards away. And the Niners get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the 1st half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Purdy will throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Oh, wait a minute. They declined it.
Makes no sense, right? They just gave up a big yardage play, right?
And now it's going to stand.
The only thing I can think, someone is mad at their own defense, and they're trying to teach them a really, really crazy lesson.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk as the 1st half is winding down. And the 49ers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half. Now they send the tight end in motion left. And they go with McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And this one nearly intercepted. That one might need to go back to the drawing board. Almost a disaster. And it winds up just an incomplete pass, though. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter. Carr. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Carr. Open man is Hill. He's got it. He's across midfield and finally brought down at the 43. From the 43, here's second and a yard. Here's Carr. They go backwards there 2 yards, and second and 1 is now third and 3. In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. But he's not going to be able to get rid of it. He's going to be tackled behind the line. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They do go for it. It's Carr. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings from 21 yards away. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Here's Carr to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And Kamara's going to have a Saints first down as he'll get this up past the 45. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Carr going to throw. Little short pass here to Hill. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. Now Carr. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. Targeting Kamara, and Kamara's got it on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Here's 1st and goal. Now Carr shifting his guys around a bit. They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Purdy to throw. Hauled in left side here by Jennings. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throwing, Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Here's second down. To throw is Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here's Purdy. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
Purdy to throw, sliding out of the pocket. That's to the sideline incomplete. A nifty job to make the catch, but the throw took him right out of bounds. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Here's Purdy to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So a pressure kick there by the young man, and that should be enough to finish this one off.
Well, he's a second-year guy now, so he says, don't call me a rookie anymore. And I tell you, he's got a bright future in this league. And kicks like that are going to make sure he sticks around for a good long while.
And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10.
29. Down. 808.
Carr to throw. Rolling to his right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
They'll come up now on second down.
618.
Now Carr. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Here's Carr. That is caught. And he'll just shy of the 40.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. This is 1st and 10. One final try now for Carr. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it.
I hate how they how they knocked down the Saints because they had a bad season, but the 49ers had the same bad season. The motherfuckers still extra OP. Yeah. Yeah, terrible job by the Saints. Absolutely terrible drive, dog. For real, for real.
Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. What a perfect day for football. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. This will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first...
Bro, come on, bro. I hate when people do this during the fucking game. You can set all this shit up before you even get in fucking game, bro. Motherfuckers, these OPS teams and act like they gotta fucking do something.
let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. He'll fight the good fight forward to around the 21. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Allen looking to throw. He's got this complete to James Cook. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Offense in the hurry up here. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Allen on the play action. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints are off to a great start.
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
What now?
Carr starting with a throw. He's got it near the end zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dumping the ball.
Man in motion here. First down from the red zone. That one is incomplete. Come hang on through the contact. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. It's 2nd and goal. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. Williams. He runs it across. Touchdown.
Single week. It's not easy to do. And to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Bro, get the fuck. We're not just trying to give me shit already.
Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Working quickly here. Now Allen on the play action. He rolls to his right. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. So now they have 3rd and short. throw for Allen. Connects with Cook. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He's got Khalil Shakir. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Offense in the hurry up here. 2nd and 8. Pass complete to Cook. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. About to begin the second here. The Bills definitely thinking points. Throwing now on first down, Allen.
This was Khalil.
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense.
Nah, you didn't pick this OP-ass team to quit the game. Yeah, you did. Yeah, he did pick that OP-ass team to quit the fucking game. Yeah, he did. Yes, the fuck he did. Why y'all be coming out here with these OP-ass teams expecting the computer to do everything and then get upset when the computer don't do everything? Shit crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. I need to get that shit to a Sanders song going in this motherfucker. Need to get that shit on the soundboard.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
We definitely need the AI.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, middle. You at X.
Jackson, first play, going to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
With a start here to the ball game, you get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
They go play action now. Jackson, flush to his right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, a 15-yard touchdown, Brown. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Bro is not playing
In
on
motion
defense.
left, Hill.
He is not playing on defense.
Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass.
Bro,
He's
come
throwing
on,
a good one. It's
bro. It's fucking bullshit.
Racing to the end zone. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now Carr. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football, so instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
Here's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Shotgun now for Carr. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. And boy, not a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Running left. off the 10 ring.
Bro.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Third and goal, Jackson. Throw
Bro,
right
you
side,
right
complete to
there,
Andrews, his tight end. Touchdown! Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark
Corner in the
Andrews.
fucking
And the
corner,
Ravens
man.
go up by
Football.
2
Come on, bro.
touchdowns. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Let me fucking throw it bro.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Carr now to throw. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
He'll buy some time right. A short one there, caught by Likely. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. In motion left, Flowers. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw is Jackson. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Flushed out right. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How about to get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be
double fucking cover,
Andrews. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Jackson from the shotgun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
That should have happened the first time. Yeah. And I guess.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing now is Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Oh, come on, dog.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Carr, a quick throw. It's complete. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill from 3 yards out. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. The point after, good by Groupie. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe
they're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
After his last drive, now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw is Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Carr going to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Again, it's Carr. And did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling from 3 yards out. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this ballgame here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Groupie able to add the PAT. And we are tied at 14.
Just crazy.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And what a return. He's all the way down to the 30.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
Oh.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars that this ball was overthrown.
Throwing is Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important third down.
No, we changed it.
Here's Jackson to throw. Being chased out left.
Oh, come on. That's supposed to be a pick all fucking day.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way,
pick all fucking
he
day,
kept the
dog.
ball and taking it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. Tucker's kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy.
Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Bullshit. Here we go with the bullshit.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Carr again. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Here's Carr. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now Carr. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints have taken a 4th-quarter lead. And the kid makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's 1st down. Throwing, Jackson. His throw incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
No, we changed it.
Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
A big play looming on 3rd down. Jackson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. And he'll have a tough time living that.
Football. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Get his OP team using ass out of here. Get him out of here. Fucking around using these OP ass teams, man. Get him the fuck up out of here, man. Get him up out of here, dog. Using OP ass teams, dog. Damn, I'm 29 and 24. I'm almost with a 500 record, dog. But look, I play with my Saints, bro. Like I ain't out here playing with no OP teams, dog. I play with my Saints, bro. 100%, bro. If you can see, like, what's these dudes' most used team? You know what I'm saying? What's these dudes' most used teams? All right, so let's go to the number 1 dude. Ravens, Chiefs, Bucks, Eagles, Chiefs, Steelers. So this dude probably got skills like a motherfucker right too. Bengals, Chargers, Lions, Ravens, Bills, 49ers, all OP teams. Falcons, that boy got skills right there. Chiefs, Bills, Chiefs, Packers, Lions, Steelers, you must got skills. Chiefs, Seahawks, Yeah, I think I played that dude before. I think he got skilled. Packers, Dolphins, you know what I'm saying? Falcons, Packers, Chiefs, Cowboys. Oh, shit, that boy must be nice. Browns, damn, that boy must be nice. That boy nice. Bills, Chiefs, 49ers, Jets, Ravens, Texans, Ravens. Look, dog, it's all OP teams. Ain't no Giants. This dude nice. That dude nice right there. Chiefs, Texans, Ravens, 49ers, Falcons, Bucks. He must be nice. Bengals, Chiefs, Raiders. Damn, that boy must be super nice. But I played the Raiders before. Them bitches kind of OP on this game. Yeah, dog. These dudes is they got some nice dudes on this list, but the majority of these dudes only in their position because they play with an OP team, son. You know what I'm saying? They only right here because they play with an OP team, dog. For real, for real. I'm surprised there wasn't more Eagles on there, but yeah, them dudes only right there because they play with OP teams all the motherfucking time. You hear me? All motherfucking day. So hold on.
You've got yourself tuned into the right station.
I live a real nigga life. What you know about that? You say you's a real nigga. Is you show about that? You claim you slanging nine. What you know about gats? In your rap, you slanging dimes. What you know about crack? Oh, bitch ass nigga. And I can spot him from a mile away. So don't smile in my face. Pussy bitch ass nigga. Don't make me come from off the side of my waist and knock the smile off your face. I live a real nigga life. What you know about that? You say you's a real nigga. Is you show about that? You claim you slanging nine. What you know about gats? In your rap, you slanging dimes. What you know about crack? Oh, bitch ass nigga. And I can spot him from a mile away. So don't smile in my face. Pussy bitch ass nigga. Don't make me come from off the side of my waist and knock the smile off your face. I'ma tell you straight from the gate. I'm the type to leave a nigga lumped up, broad day and get cake. It's fucked up when them knocks know your nickname. Big dog status plus I'm crucial with my dick game. Stop hating and get your money up. Cause I know if you play with mine, your head leaking like a colander. Stomach swole like you about to have a baby. Cause I ride for my dog. What the fuck, you niggas crazy? My left eye lazy. I got a double drum clip inside the M16 and the streets made me. When 95% of these niggas to me shaded. We broke as a motherfucker and it ain't all gravy. It's a thinking man's game and the real nigga life. Where a soldier died once and a coward died twice. I put your brains on your shoulder like lights. Walking, driving, I'm dumping while pumping a pedal bike. I live a real nigga life. What you know about that? You say you's a real nigga. Is you sure about that? You claim you slanging nine. What you know about gats? In your rap, you slanging dimes. What you know about crack? Oh, bitch ass nigga. And I can spot him from a mile away. So don't smile in my face. Pussy bitch ass nigga. Don't make me come from off the side of my waist and I can smile off your face. I'm from uptown, New Orleans, where it's crazy weird. But coming up is rough like Brady beard. Murder rate is #1 like McGrady here. But niggas train for war like a Navy SEAL. Blaze the steel, fuck the cheap talk. You don't want your brains turned to meat sauce. You quit the beast talk when the beast walk. Your bitch made. You about to get a shake from Ray Charles and the Swiss blade. It's cutthroat. You don't believe shit stank until you smell it. Till you connect it with pellets from the shell of a shotgun. Stop trying to be a thug knowing you're not one. That's the perfect way to catch a hot one. You pussy bitch. I live a real nigga life. What you know about that? You say you's a real nigga. Is you sure about that? You claim you slanging nine. What you know about gats? In your rap, you slanging dimes. What you know about crack? Oh, bitch ass nigga. And I can spot him from a mile away. So don't smile in my face. Pussy bitch ass nigga. Don't make me come from off the side of my waist and I can smile off your face.
I've been doing this back in the 80s. Niggas know me. I'm an OG. I'm all over the streets. The minute the word I roam.
You've got yourself tuned into the right station.
6 Flat did that. Came home, went back. Did 2.5, got out. Shot in my back. I bounced back like I never got hit with the gat. Yeah, and they know your nigga. We strike right back. Still got the block locked. Still on a hot spot. Still strap a hot glocks. Niggas ready to pop. I live a real nigga like a nigga. I'm sure about that. My rap sheet and battle scars to prove I'm about that.
I live a real nigga life. What you know about that? You say you's a real nigga. Is you sure about that? You claim you slanging nine. What you know about gats? In your rap, you slanging dimes. What you know about crack? Oh, bitch ass nigga. And I can spot him from a mile away. So don't smile in my face. Pussy bitch ass nigga. Don't make me come from off the side of my waist and I can smile off your face.
You've got yourself tuned into the right station.
Try to get it, man. He's so better right here playing with the team that's on his shit.
Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. Off we go from the Superdome. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Carr going to look to throw right away. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. The shotgun. It's Carr. This throw right side is caught by him. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Saints first down. What now? Carr working out of the gun. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second down. Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Hey, 734. You're right. To throw is Carr. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. This down throw for Carr. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Good running for the first time. It's Devontae Williams. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's second and 9. We'll go play action with Nix.
Yes,
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
Man, they put that lick on him right quick. Yeah.
Taking the ball away, Mike.
You've got yourself tuned into the right station.
I live a real nigga life. What you know about that? You say you's a real nigga, is you about that? You claim you slanging nine, what you know about gats? In your rap, you slanging dimes, what you know about crack? Oh, bitch ass nigga. And I can spot him from a mile away, so don't smile in my face. Pussy bitch ass nigga. Don't make me come from off the side of my waist, and I can smile on your face. I live a real nigga like, what you know about that? You say you's a real nigga, and you show about that. You claim you slanging.
It wasn't cover two.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy.
It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. They line up the center with Williams. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this one. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Adam Troutman. Touchdown, Denver.
No way, buddy. Scam me like that, and he did. They're the best.
Will Lutz now for the PAT.
Gotta finish setting up that formation.
He's got it. Broncos will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Hill brought in motion. We're going to get this outside. This could be a double pass. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Mims. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Let's go.
That's over the middle and intercepted.
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
Nice job there defensively. I mean, they completely took away his first read, and instead of the young quarterback going through his progression and being patient, taking what the defense gives him, he decides to still try to fit it in and force that ball, and ultimately ends up resulting in the takeaway.
He saw it and I saw it at the same damn time.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. He's going to air this one out.
Man, come on, dog. Really? Fucking really?
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Putting the tight end in motion. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. They'll throw. It's mixed. Here's a screen set up to
Oh, come on, dog. It's 94 speed. You can't fucking keep up with nobody on this fucking game.
Continue after a pickup of 8. Looking out of the gun. It's mixed. There's a throw right side. It'll be incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Seriously?
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Now he throws back over the middle. It is complete. Here's 2nd and 6. Throw it. Nix.
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
On 1st down, Carr throwing it right into the hands of his running back. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Carr now. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And listen him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Back is Carr.
So that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
Saints going to use their 2nd timeout. Here comes Lake Groupie for this field goal try. No issues there. This one is good. And the Saints build their cushion to 10. It's now 17 to 7. All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Mims. Oh, yeah. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. We go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Paulson Adebo is there to make the play. They send the tight end in motion. Tight end going in motion here. It's another run here for
Let's go. Let's go.
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
The more you fuck around, the more you find out.
To the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball, and they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing, really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
a hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Here's Carr. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Olave is the motion man. Carr from the gun on 3rd down. That one into the hands of Hill. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. 93. Carr to throw it on 4th down. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain. Here's 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. He'll get rid of him and complete it. And he's taken down up past the 35. Nix out of throwing here on 1st down. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Nix now on 1st and 10. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's close to another 1st down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd down. Nix.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. And a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn to a right. 1st down.
It's incomplete. What a good job defensively. I mean, just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw is Nix.
Let's go. This is
He's intercepted.
You are entering a military restricted area. Reverse course at once.
He just decided to throw that ball away. He had nowhere to go. He tried to go through his progression as quick as he could, but sometimes you just have to learn, Mike, at this level, learn to play the next snap. If it's not there, you don't get the perfect look, throw it away. That play didn't work. Line up, snap it, and do it again.
Shaheed in motion. First down throw for Carr. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
This is going to backfire on him. It is intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan McMillan. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit. So, they'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Nix. And it's caught on the right side by Sutton. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Now a deep ball for the end zone.
I tell you from first-hand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
He's got his man. He finds Sutton. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. In trouble, and down he goes. Now on 2nd and long. To throw is Nick's.
And this is one of the cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches them looking elsewhere and allows him to get upfield and make this 3rd down a lot more manageable.
The sound deafening in the dome. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, I was in the whole fucking
In the
thing.
end zone, he's in. Devon Vele. Touchdown, Broncos.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. They'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Olave is the motion man. On 1st and 10, Carr.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
We're carried out for Alvin Kamara. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Carr now on 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Carr working out of the gun. This is the right side is caught by Hill. Now a timeout, 10.
What you call the timeout for if you gonna quit? It's all fun and games, so I start reading your defense and doing shit to fucking diagnose that shit. Oh man. I'm gonna take us a quick break. We'll be back in a minute.
You've got yourself tuned into the right station.
I live a real nigga life, what you know about that? You say you's a real nigga, is you show about that? You claim you slanging nine, what you know about gats? And your rap, you slanging dimes, what you know about crack? Oh, bitch ass nigga. And I can spot him from a mile away, so don't smile in my face. Pussy bitch ass nigga. Don't make me come from off the side of my way. nigga. And I can spot him from a mile away, so don't smile in my face. Pussy bitch ass nigga. Don't ever come from off the side of my waist and not smile.
Right, we welcome you into Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr right away going to look to throw. The throw's going to be caught. Chris Olave. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. Blake Gruber now for the extra point. It's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, now how about this return? A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at about the 32.
11.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati 1st. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Now Burrow changing the look. From the gun, a give to Brown. Powerful running. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 37. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
11 MT, 11. Here we go, here we go.
Now Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Gun. Shot.
Now it's Burrow. They still can't get it. Nice work to get 7 out of that. Second down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Here we go.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
11 MT, tight. 11 MT, stop.
Here's Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. Well, they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. Burrow on play action. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Here we go. Stop.
They go play action with Burrow. Out to under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Burrow will throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Now it's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. A bad third down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because It's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field. Now you've turned it over, and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Throwing now is Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here's Carr. A little short pass here to Hill. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I definitely played Buddy before. They just running the great assist today. They didn't play like 2 or 3 people I don't know already played. What the fuck they got going on around here?
You've got yourself tuned into the right station.
Magnolia militia, nigga. Magnolia in the building. Y'all cootie cat niggas get y'all thumb out y'all ass, you heard me? We coming through this motherfucker, you dig? Y'all know what time it is. Wild Magnolia, Kareem, and Shadon, nigga. We shall.
Nigga, they tell me everything is big in Texas. If you need it, we could get it. Hit that homestead exit. From the bricks to the Noya to the city of Serve. H-Town, Coke City, everybody got birds. Might see a nigga banging, swinging, chucking the deuce. Make a U-turn in the old school with a cup of that juice. Jolly Ranchers on the ice with some killer in the Rillo. With some heat under the seat to lay you on a satin pillow. Get your money, boy, they looking out for the ranch. Plus the
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Vegas Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
If you try to take my profit party up and over Mississippi, you never see a game for me. Take a picture, there you go. Smoking out on 84. With the 7-7 note, Magnolia militia. You violate that, niggas coming to get you. One more buck. Hey, you got another motherfucker on the ground with the gate. Got this motherfucker in the block. Watch that motherfucker, nigga, see the wreck. One more buck.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance.
You've got yourself tuned into the right station.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Gets this complete to Butte. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Second and 7, operating from the 34. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll throw with May. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Pete Werner gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Muscles him off. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
He's throwing a good one, and it's caught. Chris Olave. And this works to perfection. Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Oh, come on!
It's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point: get your head around, locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
That is caught. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's May. That'll be complete to Stevenson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are an extra point away from evening this one up. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. To throw his car. Olave over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Carr. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
29.
Now Carr. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggan who picks it. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Stevenson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. To the air, May. Setting up a screen for Stevenson. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Patriots will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get free, and take some momentum into the locker room.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Carr going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. 3rd and 20. The final shot here before half for Carr. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here, so we'll get this up to the 29. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
From midfield, here's Carr. That is incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Here's Carr to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 35. Carr to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Patriots are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got...
There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Ramondre Stevenson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Pats are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Slide for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And Shaheed going to go in motion. To throw, it's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
6-18. Hey, 7:34. You're mine.
They'll try and throw for it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. But it's a gain of 17 that time. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. Shotgun now for Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Carr again. Down the sideline he goes. Wow, that's sweet.
this down to a 6-point game. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 8. To throw, it's May. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Stevenson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. A give for Stevenson, running right. Oh, what a move. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And that should do it. He's got a first down, and the Patriots can run it out from here.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
No time to shine. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Running left is Stevenson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots.